Welcome to the Fermented Homestead. If you're new here, my name is Anna, and on this channel, I'm sharing our journey of learning how to turn our home into a homestead. This particular method is one that has been around for a very, very long time, and that is using lime in water. You dissolve the lime, it's a powder, into water, and then you add the eggs to it whole, unwashed. It only works with unwashed eggs. You can't use grocery store eggs for this one. And you put it in the bucket and then just stash it away until you're ready to use it. And this thing can save eggs for like anywhere from I think they've read 8 months all the way up to some cases like 2 years. So we just want this to last us through the winter. And that's pretty much all I really care about. So this video is gonna be filmed in very far apart. Basically, we're going to go ahead and start the preserving process today, and I'm going to unload all the eggs that I have in here. This is 28 dozen eggs that I have here. I have more if I need them, but we have 28 dozen here. And we're going to pick through this, and we're going to get the cleanest ones possible, and the ones that are a little bit dirty that we're going to have to wash, we're going to set aside and use for different purposes. And for those other ones that we were doing some freezing, we did some dehydrating, and probably also just making some recipes and stashing them in the fridge. So we're gonna pick through, get the cleanest ones, put them in the bucket with the lime solution, and then I will bring you guys back probably about 6 months or so, something around there, and we'll do a taste test. We'll cook them up, and we'll see how well it actually lasted. We have, obviously these were not 1 day's worth, so we have this one. This side here is the freshest ones, and I'm gonna put these ones in first, and then as with the bucket rises, we're gonna be adding the older eggs. My kind of thinking behind that is that if the oldest ones are on the top, then those are going to be the ones that we're going to consume first, and then the fresher ones that will have a longer shelf life in the lime solution will be consuming last. So that's kind of my thinking behind it. I don't know if that's going to work out super great, but that's what we're going to do. So basically all we need, we have a 5-gallon bucket here, and we're going, it's clean, totally clean, and it smells like pickles, so it should be kind of, we're almost like pickling eggs, but we're doing it in lime. I'm just kidding, sorry, that was a dumb joke. But so what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and fill this up with a ratio of 1 quart to 1 weight ounce of lime. 1 quart of water, clean, you want, clean, filtered, good water, to 1 weight ounce of the lime powder. And so I'm gonna start out with 1 gallon of water in here. 1 gallon. No. I'm gonna start out with probably 2 gallons of water, and we'll just kind of see where that takes us. I think two gallons of water will work. So we're gonna do 2 gallons of water and then 8 weight ounces of the lime powder. I'm gonna show you that here in just 1 second. So I didn't have quite enough filtered water, so I'm just gonna let it go ahead and run through the filter, and then when it's done, I'm gonna add more to this. But for now, we have 1.5 gallons of water in here. So we have 6 weight ounces of the lime. And I'll show you the bag for this when we're all finished. Just so you can see what we're looking for. And I'm doing all of this is based on Homesteading Family, off of the way that she does it. Because I don't know what I'm doing. This is just water, and basically this is just going to be to float test them before I actually put them into the water, because I want to make sure, because I'm pretty sure that I've kept these in good rotation, but I'm not 100%. And so it has also been raining these last few days, and the run has been kind of mucky. So a lot of the ones that we got within the last couple of days are a bit muddy and just ugh. So I'm probably not going to be using most of the ones from like today and yesterday. You can kind of see like they're kind of yucky. So I don't know if you can see, but the eggs just got kind of yucky, so I'm probably not going to be using these ones for this technique, but these ones are going to be perfect for like the dehydrating and for freezing and using in recipes. Things that I can actually wash the shell off of. That's what I'm going to use these dirtier ones for. And not all of them are dirty, but most of them, these last couple of days are pretty gross, so I think I'm probably I'm gonna skip the last. Yeah, this one's especially grungy. Gross. But those ones are gonna be perfect for other techniques. Yeah, see, these ones are perfectly fine. So we're just gonna float test them. And then we're gonna put them right into the bucket of water. And with these, I'm also being careful to kind of do a bit of a visual inspection just to make sure there's no cracks or anything that I missed, because that would probably be pretty gross in a couple months, you know? And you want to make sure that you're using, like I mentioned earlier, the farm fresh eggs that you haven't washed, because if you wash them, you're going to wash off the bloom, and the bloom is what keeps all of the lime from going inside of the actual egg and making it just a gross, funky lime egg. Is the bloom. So if you wash off the bloom, you're kind of out of luck. Okay, so I'm just going to go through all of these, and at the end, I'm just going to keep track of how many empty egg cartons that we have, and we'll have a kind of a count of how many will actually fit in here, assuming that I can actually fill it up. Because who knows, it could be more than what I have left, 24 dozen. So we got all the eggs in here, and we ended up adding like at least another half gallon. I think it was, so it was about 2 gallons and plus just a little bit filled this up, and it was 20 dozen eggs fit in here. So now all we're gonna do is, I have this bucket, this lid, and it has a nice little gasket seal on it, so it shouldn't really be a very big deal. If you're concerned, you can always, I've seen people, and she had even referenced in her video, that you can add like a layer of oil to the top, and that will kind of help keep any kind of baddies out of it. So, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna go ahead and seal it up. And we're just gonna set this aside until our chickens stop laying, and then we're gonna break into it, and then I will bring you back in probably about 6 months, and you can see how they taste and how they were preserved, and just kind of get a fairly okay idea of how this whole thing works all in one video. So we'll see you then. It has been well over a year. I think we did that in September of last year. It is now the end of December. Like, I think it's the 29th of December 2021. So we are ready to finally do our test on these eggs. So I hope you're interested, because it's been, what is that, like 15 months? 14 months? That's 15 months, I think. Yeah. 15. We're gonna go 15 months. All right, so we're ready to cook them up, and we're gonna do a taste comparison. We're gonna do a sight comparison. I have one egg that was laid today. We're in the middle of a humongous snowstorm that's very not typical for our area. So we're gonna go ahead with our one egg that we got today, and we're gonna do a little side-by-side comparison. I will know what they are. My husband will not. So he'll be able to be a fair arbitrator. He'll be able to tell us which one is better and if it's just revolting. So I'm gonna cook these eggs up. No, I'm not. I'm gonna show you what they look like first, because that would be the best thing to do. Okay. So here's the eggs. 9/27/20 is when I did them. It is December 29th, 2021. So let's do this. I know that these are good. My husband feeds these to the cats all the time, so I know that they're still in good condition, but I've never actually cooked one of them. So we're gonna find out together how these look. So we're gonna go ahead, open these up. Looks weird in there. It doesn't smell awful. It's a fairly neutral smell. I mean, it has a bit of a smell to it. It's hard for me to say what that smell is, though. All of the people tell me not to put your hands in here because it's gonna dry them out a lot. So we're just gonna go ahead and very carefully. Oh, that's when I used to have green eggs. I don't have green egg chickens anymore, so here's some green eggs. All right, so I'm gonna rinse this off real quick. The shell smells fine. I'm kind of nervous about this. It's a 15-month-old egg. You'd be nervous too. Okay, so I'm gonna bring you guys in closer so you can kind of see what we got going on here. Okay, so you guys can see, this is the old egg, this is the new egg. Okay, so let's crack the new egg first. Here's the new egg. You can see it's nice, it's bright, it's got all of the fluffiness that it's supposed to. And from what I gather, this is not going to be quite so fluffy. Shell's still nice and hard. Really nice and hard. Okay. The color has definitely bled into the white. Okay, so you can see it's definitely not holding its shape. The white is very liquidy. The yellow is definitely, you can see it's fertilized. The yellow is definitely perkier than I thought it would be. It's almost as tall as this other one here. This one is almost as tall. I'm impressed. The white is completely not white anymore. It's kind of has a yellowy, orangish, a very peach. I would call that peach. It has kind of a peach hue to it. So I'm gonna cook these guys up and make sure to keep track of which one is which so that we can do a little bit of a side-by-side comparison, and we'll have my husband come in and he gets to taste test one too. I don't know if he knows that yet, but he's going to. I'm not gonna cook them like sunny side up. I'm gonna scramble both of them. So let's go ahead, scramble the old one. Yeah, it's definitely, it's a very weak shell or weak skin on the yellow. You are super crooked, sorry. There we go. Okay. So it's definitely, it's very thin. It's probably one that you just want to use for baking and things like that. Now for the new egg, this one is just acting like an egg. It's a normal. And there's no off smell or anything. I mean, it smells like nothing. Okay. And I am going to put a little salt and pepper in these just because I want to, because that's how I normally eat them. So these are all cooked. We got the old egg and the new egg. Robert!
Oh yeah. All right.
We got a regular egg and a lime preserved egg. I'm not telling you which one. You need to try. We're both gonna taste test them.
Oh, blind taste test.
Yours is a blind. I know which one's which.
Right, left. Let's go for this one first. See what this one is. Smells like egg.
I did put a little salt and pepper in each one. For anybody who has not been here for very long, Robert is a super taster. Like, he has like insane abilities to taste things and to I don't know what you call it. Now I need to taste them. I haven't tasted them yet.
Okay, I got it. This is the lime egg. This is the fresh egg.
Why do you say that?
By looking at the color, fresh egg is more yellow, a little better texture, a little bit, slightly. You can hardly tell the difference. This one here has slightly less flavor.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could taste the spices more in this one than this one.
Oh.
This one right here, I could taste the spices and the egg better.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're right.
I'm right.
Yep, he's right. But like he said, it's barely noticeable. Like, it's still like, if you handed me this egg and didn't say anything about it, I wouldn't even question it.
But it's good though. Nobody would be able to tell the difference.
No, if you weren't doing a side by side, you would never be able to guess which one's which. They're both really good.
Yep.
I hope that you guys enjoyed this side-by-side comparison and the process, and as well as the very long storage time on these things. These things, like, they could keep going even longer. We're at 15 months right now. You could easily stretch this a few more months if you wanted to. Very, very easily. I know that right now there's some scares going around with birds and all that kind of stuff. So if you have chickens, this might be a good way to start stocking up your eggs so that you can have them later. So I hope that you guys try this. If you do, or if you have, let me know down below. How long have you guys gone with this water glassing the eggs? How long have you guys gone to where it still was good? And if you've taken it even farther, how long did it take for them to start to go bad? Have you ever had a bad one? No, because this is the second bucket that we've done. Robert's fed a lot of these eggs to the chickens. To the cats. We feed eggs to the chickens too. But we fed a lot of these to the cats over the last 15 months, and they have been fantastic. We haven't had any that have gone bad. So this is a really great way to preserve your eggs, and you're not going to be able to cook them sunny side up, but you can cook them up scrambled. You can put them in your baked goods. You can do all kinds of stuff. You could make egg wraps with them, all sorts of awesome stuff. So I hope that you guys enjoy this. I hope you try it. If you do, let me know. And thank you so much for watching. And make sure that you go right down here. There's a little subscribe button right here. It looks like my logo. And then also right here, and then right here, there's going to be a couple of videos that are going to pop up. And then right over there, it's going to be an awesome playlist. You're going to want to click on that one too. You can find all kinds of awesome information, anything that you want to find out. So make sure you give this video a thumbs up, subscribe down below. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.